everyone, happy Friday. Right? I'm so excited for the weekend, and I'm so excited to do another awesome, fun project with you guys. Let me really quickly send this over to my VIP group. If you are not a Couture designer and you would love to be in the VIP group, please comment VIP below. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also join my Facebook business page and my VIP group as well. So just go ahead and comment as well, and I will try and get you guys all over there as much as possible. If I don't see a post right away, it's not that I'm trying to ignore anyone. It's just sometimes I don't see it. All right. So today we are going to make a Valentine's Day wreath. Hold on. Using our hoop wreath. And this is really cool because this hoop wreath, it comes apart. So you can change out these pieces. So you get to keep this piece right here, right? And I just tied a little scrap bow on there. I'm going to fix that when I go to hang it. I'll, correct it and everything. But this piece pops off and this piece pops off. So you can do just this piece if you wanted. You could do just this piece at the bottom if you want to. And you can make a really unique project. So today we are going to do the Valentine's Day kind of theme. So this just popped off there. Hold on. So we're going to do our cute heart candy. And you can see it's got tons of words to use. So we're going to do these in multiple different colors. We're going to do 3 of them. And then at the bottom, we're going to do this love right here with this as black. And then this will be red. So I pulled out all my fun colors off the wall to kind of make. So we're going to do 2 different colors because we're going to do the candy in this top color. And we're going to do the outline in a darker color. So each one will be outlined in the darker color. And I will give you guys a cart link on how to get all of the stuff that we're using here today. So if you really wanted to, you can actually just pop this off. It slides right off, just like that. And then this piece slides off as well. So we can take the hoop and just kind of sit it down here on the floor so it's out of the way. Now I did paint these, so what I'm going to do, I want to make sure I'm putting them on correctly. What I'm going to do is I am going to, that's not correctly, I'm sorry guys, that's correctly, is I'm going to wax these because they are wood and I painted them and I want to make sure that they are going to, wood is not going to peel up the back of my transfer as well. So, all right, let's get started. So as always, you want to keep your packaging in your backer sheet because these are reusable 8 to 12 times. And we're going to grab the wax. And I used a chalk paint to paint these, but you can absolutely do this with a chalk paste. I did the white more like a whitewash because I kind of wanted to see that grain through it. The pink I want a little bit darker just because I wanted to make that a little pop of color. And so let's get started. Let me move you guys down so you guys can see better what I'm doing here. Okay, so I kept the little cardboard that it came with, the wreath came with, because I just wanted to have a workstation for when I was painting, and I just kept it on there. So you just want to dab it on, and then you're going to just spread that wax on there. It's going to protect that paint that we just did, and it's also going to protect my transfer. You always want to wax any surface that is not like a boutique surface or anything like that. When you paint something, you definitely want to wax it. And when you go to do anything with wood, of course, because wood is porous. So we're going to let that sit for just a second, kind of just do this thing. I'm going to pull this off here. I have glitter all over my table now from the ribbon. I didn't realize one of my ribbons was glitter. I saw it was sparkly, but I didn't realize it was glitter. So, of course, you want to keep your packaging in your back sheet because these are reusable. And each piece is reusable 8 to 12 times. So, there's going to be a lot of use out of this. These are super, super cute. We are going to do, obviously, the hearts at the top. And we are going to be doing the layers. So we're going to be waxing in between those layers. And so I'm just going to cut this all apart because I'm going to use different pieces. I'm going to do the eye heart, of course. And I think we're going to do, since we're doing 3, we're going to do cats, dogs, and books. We have dogs here and cats here, so it makes sense. But I'm just going to cut them all apart just because then it's going to be easy to use them again. But one of the cool things is if you have like little kids and they love doing magnets and stuff like that, which my niece loves magnets, you can absolutely take the hearts and put them on the chalkable shapes, and then you can put magnets on the back, and they can move the wording around too. You can make these kind of like magnetic, or put them on a board and make them magnetic. So that would be super cool as well. Lots of fun projects can be made with chalk. You can do a lot of things with it. You can do a lot of things with kids as well. So on the back it tells you all your care instructions. That's why another reason why you want to keep your packaging. Plus then you can put all your transfers back in there and it's good to go. So we're also going to pull this up because we're going to be fuzzing, we're going to be cutting, and we're going to just be doing a lot of things. So these are 2 separate transfers, of course. So I will give you a cart link on how to use all of this stuff, or how to get all of this stuff that we used here today. And you can always refer back to the video, but you can always make it unique to you. So if you are like, I don't like those colors, I want something else, you can always change that out, and you don't have to do it exactly. It's like a recipe. You can change it up. Alright. So I'm going to buff this out right now because this has been sitting on here long enough. Okay. So we're going to start with the hearts. I'm just trying to move stuff out of the way here. So let's go with that. So we're going to start with the solid heart. We're obviously going to use this 3 times. So I always put a dash mark. Heart. And I'm going to put 3 dashes because we are going to use that 3 times. And then this is outline. Heart. And I'm actually going to clean them right here on the table as well, just so I don't have to get up and go do that. So you always want to keep that backup sheet because, like I said, these are reusable, and you want to definitely use them as much as you can. If you have not used them, and I'm trying to think, maybe we should start in the center. And you are like, I didn't get my 8 12 uses out of it. Minimum 8, right? You can put this on, or like take a disinfectant wipe and clean the back of it, and it'll make it sticky again. When it's damp, put it back on its back sheet, and the stickiness will come back. This is so much silkscreen that it's not going to be too much buzzing. So we're going to pull out our wisteria. This is one of my favorite colors. I love this. And you always just kind of pull all that extra off there. This is brand new, so we are going to stir it. So you definitely want to make sure it's the right consistency. And the consistency is like sour cream or yogurt. We're going to take our squeegee. I start just off that silk screen and pull all of that through. Okay. One of the great things about our new transfers are they're see-through. This piece is see-through, so lining them up is going to be super, super easy. Pull that off. Pull all the extra off there. There is one. Now technically you can still see through that but it's got a little bit of chalk in it. So I'm going to clean that up just so that I don't spread that purple with my orange or my yellow. We're going to dry this. That's why I marked it 3 times, because we are going to use it 2 times, but we're going to also wash it 3 times. So now, I'm going to grab the back of my fuzzing cloth and just spritz this. Now, I could do it like that, or I could do it like this. I can grab a disinfectant wipe, and you can do this even if it's still sticky, okay? It just makes it a little bit easier to clean and not as messy. So you just kind of just take that wipe. Make sure it's a disinfectant wipe and not a baby wipe, okay? Because the baby wipe will literally take the stickiness right away. So we are just going to wash that, making sure to get that silk screen. You got to be pretty careful though, because you don't want to tear it. And then this way it doesn't make the fuzzing cloth super, super wet. And so this, all I got to do is kind of dry it a little bit. Yeah. And then we're going to fuzz it for the next color. That one over here. Now we're going to go a little bit lower with it. I'm not going to go exact, just because I want to give it a little bit of dimension. And I like kind of doing that because then it just feels, it's not exact, you know, and I kind of like that. It gives a little bit of artistic flair, I guess. All right, this is orange peel. This is actually one of my favorites too. I love this color, and this is my last jar of it, so I definitely need to get more. But I love the pop of orange. And it's funny because I am not a huge fan normally of like orange or yellow or any of those colors, but I love the ones from Chalk. I don't know, there's just something about it that I love the colors. Especially when they're together and they just look really good. Just want to make sure I'm covering that silk screen. Off to the side, and we're going to pull that up, and there's our orange. I'm going to use bright white to go over top when we go to put the words on. So I'm actually going to wax these in between each layer just to protect what we've done here already. You don't necessarily have to do that. I'm just going to do that because it is recommended that you do it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I just feel like it might be a good way, one, for me to protect it. But two, when that wax is on there, it kind of is going to give it a little bit of a waterproofing. And since it's hanging on my front door, it might be a good thing, right? I mean, I do have a glass door that is there as well, but just in case it doesn't get shut tight, then I know that it's not going to get messed up. And I can always seal it too. I do have a UV protectant spray that I can use and seal it so it doesn't have to really worry about it. You can see, guys, it's coming off. It's just, it's gonna stain sometimes, and it does. It will. Some colors do, like black almost every time. Red every time. The orange sometimes does around like the perimeter. I'm just going to make sure that it's completely cleaned off. And you guys can see it's coming off. So let me dry that. And we're going to fuzz again. And then we'll do the yellow. But you can see, like, you can totally see through that, but look, it is stained. You can see there's a hue to it, but that's fine. It is perfectly fine. We're going to do this one low too. Down at the bottom. And then we're using daffodil. Oh, this is Sunnyside. I'm sorry. Sunnyside is a really, really pretty yellow as well. This one's brand new. So I just got to pull off all the extra. And then we're going to stir this up, make sure it's right. And it is. It's really good consistency. So that's amazing. I don't have to pull another color off or add any water. All right. So doing these projects, one, is very relaxing, but two, it's fun to put your spin on things and make your own decor and not have to go out and buy everything already pre-made. Of course, I mix mine up. I add some store-bought stuff with Couture stuff and make my own. That's a lot of fun as well. All right, so that one is done. We're going to stick that over here on the table. And we're going to dry that. And you can see it's kind of a little bit, not like a texture to it. That's because of the wax. I didn't apparently buff enough of the wax off there. But I fixed it just now just by kind of pushing it down with my fingers. You want to make sure you get all the wax off there. That was my fault. Okay, so we're going to let this kind of just sit for a second, and we're going to do the bottom part. We're just going to change this up a little bit. So we're going to do Love. This has already been waxed, and I can see there's a little bit extra there. I'm going to pull that off there. And so, this is Love. And we're going to just, this one's going to be the Love outline. So I'll write Love outline. So, we'll do the outlines in just a second. We're going to kind of do this in little chunks just because. So, we're going to do Love in our cherry red. And then the outline's going to be done in black velvet. So this is going to be a cute little wreath on the front of the house. I normally, honestly guys, I normally don't decorate for Valentine's Day, but after becoming a Couture designer, I decorate for every holiday, every day, to be honest. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to change up our decor and be able to make it super cute. Alright. And cherry. This is one of our on Vogue colors, so this is getting ready to leave soon. Because we do have a new spring launch coming soon. So if you like this color or like this moss or any of those that are in the on Vogue colors, you're going to want to snag them as soon as you can. Because once they retire them, they're gone. If it's a color that goes with your decor, or maybe you have an idea of something you want to do, absolutely want to grab that. Some of these come in singles, so I will be putting the singles in the cart, but our on Vogue colors do not come in single. They only come in jars. Alright. There is Love. I just got it all over my fingers. And we're going to dry that. That set and let that kind of do its thing. I'm going to set this off to the side. And then we're going to get back to doing this. Now, I am going to wax, like I said, in the middle. Wax, there it is. And just kind of cover that up. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to... I'm probably not going to wax it when I go to put the words on, only because the tops of these are already going to be kind of waxed already. So we're just going to go over top of it, blend it into each one. Now, I'm not doing it super hard, so it's not going to scrape it off. I'm going to let that sit and absorb. And we're going to fuzz the outline. We're going to do the same exact thing that we did with the solid colors. Now this one's going to need a little bit more fuzzing because it is a less silk screen on it, so kind of keep that in mind. Alright. Let that sit sticky side up. I'm going to buff that out. Pulling all that off. Okay. So let's start with the orange. So what you're going to do is you're going to line it up. You're going to cover up exactly what you did there. So the outline is going to stand out. We're going to use papaya. Ooh, not that one. That one is bad. Hold on, guys. Let me grab a different one off my shelf here. This is a new one. If you don't use them within so long, though, they will mold if you don't keep stirring them and taking care of them like that. So you want to make sure you stay on top of that. Alright. This one's a little on the thicker side, so what we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of distilled water to it. Get it back to its proper consistency. You can see we are doing that. So if you don't think you're going to use these super quick, you're going to want to definitely do singles if you can, okay? Make it a little bit better for your wallet, but it also makes it so you don't have to pull them all off the shelf every once in a while and stir them, which I'm getting ready to start doing. I should have been doing that from the beginning, but it is what it is now. All right. Close that up. Put it off to the side. And I'm going to carefully pull. See how it gave it a little bit of a different color texture to it. It's pretty close, but you can definitely see the difference there. Again, we're going to do the same thing with this as we did the solid. So the outline is going to get washed. Sticky side first. Flip it over. And see, you can already see through that again because it literally just came off. It came off of onto my fuzzing cloth, which is fine. Fuzzing cloth is supposed to get that, so it's all good. Just making sure that it's coming out of that silk screen because you want to make sure that silk screen is clear of any debris. So when you go to do it again, it's nice and solid and good to go. That is my goal this weekend, is to go over all my paste and make sure that everything is still good to go. Alright. And it's back to being super sticky again, because that's what that disinfectant wipe is going to do. And washing it is going to do. Okay. I feel like it's still super sticky. I mean, you can hear it pulling. that fuzzing cloth pretty good. Okay. So this is wisteria. We're going to use berry to go over top of it. Berry is a really pretty purple. And we're just giving it enough to contrast to make the candy heart stand out just a little bit. Kind of give it that 3D look to it. And then we'll do the I heart things over top of that. Or if you like it like this without doing that, you absolutely can do that. Slowly, I'm going to pull that off because I don't want to pull any of the color. This turned out super, super cute. See that contrast. Super cute, right? All right, again, cleaning this off. Let's close up our jar. I want to thank you guys for being patient and staying on here with the live. If you're catching this on a replay and you're still watching, you know, thank you so much. It makes it so worthwhile for what I do. I love showing people the world of Chalk Couture, and sharing it with others is just so much fun. Okay. All right. We are going to do the yellow, and then we'll do the love, and we'll put it all together, and then I'll take a picture of it on my front door so you guys can see it, what it would look like on a door, and go from there. All right, back to being extremely sticky. I mean, extremely sticky. It doesn't take much for that stickiness to come back with that disinfectant, right? Really, it does not. And so this color is Sunnyside, and we're going to go over top of this with Bumblebee. So that's a darker yellow. Use that. Give it a little bit of contrast. You can always change that out too. If you guys want different colors, absolutely change it out. Make it unique to you. Now, I painted this frame, the pieces that go in. You don't have to paint it. You can do it on the natural wood. It still will look really good, really pretty. All right, and that one's done. Got my fingers here. You guys can see the way that that looks with it dried. You can tell that those are kind of 3D. So that's super, super cute. Thank you, Kim. All right, so we're now going to do the outline for Love, and we're going to do that in black velvet. And we're also going to wax over top of this because we're going to do the same thing. I just want to make sure it's all protected. It's all good. Now, when you go over top of a color, sometimes it'll bring the brightness out in that color too. Like this just kind of got a little bit brighter. So it kind of gave that candy or the cherry a little bit brighter red, which is kind of cool. And it looks really good against that light pink. So I'm going to pull out my black velvet. got a lot of silk screen to it as well. Alright, and then I'm going to buff this out. And then we'll layer this. So you definitely, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I'm trying to, you want to give that love also a 3D look, because that's what it's going to do. I'm going to lay that out. Then we're going to take our black velvet and go over top of that. Giving it that look. So this is going to be a really cute, unique wreath that nobody really in my neighborhood is going to have. So it kind of gives, that is kind of cool. Always having something unique, not cookie cutter. And slowly pull it off. And now it's 3D looked. So that is super cool. And dry that. I'm loving the way this looks. So cool looking. Like that. Great. Alright. Now we're going to do the eye heart. Okay, so we're going to do cats. We'll do cats here. We'll do dogs here. We'll do books here. So the eye heart part is what we're going to have to probably, obviously we're going to have to clean that. So eye heart, top, dash, 3 times. We'll do dogs, top, 1 dash, books. It just makes it easier so I know one, because these are all going to be sitting over by my wash basin. I want to know how they go back on their backer sheet and what backer sheet they belong to. So it always just makes it a little bit easier to write on the back. And I use like the Sharpie pens just because I like the way that they write. You can always use a marker. You can put a piece of tape on the back. However you want to do it, makes it super, super easy. We don't have to wax this because we already waxed this part. We just, so we don't have to worry about waxing it again. So that part is super cool. And then we're obviously going to use bright white and do the eye heart on each. And because it is on an angle, we're going to do the eye heart on an angle as well. So we're going to do it right here. And then I'm going to pull out a multi-tool. Hold on, guys. Our multi-tool, not only does it work to stir, but it's also got a squeegee down here at the end. So it works really great, especially getting into these jars where you got like some spots that are, you know, when they get low, you just want to make sure that you're getting that covered up. And because there's still some on there, I'm going to just use this disinfectant wipe on that. Only because I don't want there to be any, I'm washing this on the wrong side, it's okay. Debris in that at all. So I'm just going to keep that out. And then I'm just going to refuzz this. Alright. Now we're going to do it again. Right there. I was like looking for the multi-tool. I'm like, duh, I put it over here. Lots of stuff on my desk, so because we're creating, and it's always fun to make a mess when you're creating. All right, And again, I'm going to do it. This time I'm going to do it on the right side. And just kind of clean that off. Just make sure that there's no debris in there. I'll just dry this real quick. Refuzz. And before I go to put the other transfers on there, I'm going to dry that as well. And I always like to check in the light to make sure you can see right through it. So you can. So that's another thing that you might want to just kind of keep an eye on. And there is all the eye heart. Okay. And I'm going to clean my finger off using that so I can toss that away. Let's dry that. The algae are acting up something crazy today. Alright. So now we're going to do the dogs. I'm keeping all my backer sheets, guys, I promise. I'm putting them over on my table. It's on the other side of the camera. Dogs on there, and I'm just making sure that it's not on the outline, and that is a little bit on the outline, so we're going to move it up a little bit. Using the multi-tool again because it's a small squeegee. It's just easier than cleaning off a bunch of squeegees. Will be books, and then we'll do cats. I'll dry it all, and I will put it all back together and put it up on my front door, and you guys can see the finished project. I want to thank everyone still who's on here. I know sometimes these videos can go really, really fast, and sometimes they take a little bit, but it's fun creating and having you guys see how cool and easy this is to do it. So if you've been wanting to work with some of these projects and you're like, I don't know where to start, or you think you're not creative enough, guys, you can be crafty and creative with chalk, I promise. And kits are one of the best ways, or if you want to start out with a project like this, you absolutely can. And of course, you can always reach out to me and ask me if you need some help. I'm picking something that maybe you're, if you're intimidated by something, you're like, I don't want to do anything that's that much detail. We can always work with that, and I can always help you pick out what you think, would work better for you or whomever you're buying it for. So that's something as well. So I always tell people I am not super crafty. I mean, I do different kinds of crafts, but I've never been a painter. I've never been one to do things like that. So this is giving me kind of like, oh, I can actually make these crafts and do that. And it actually looks really good when I'm done. So if you can butter bread, that is the technique, and it is so easy. And it really is that simple, guys. I promise you. Some people ask me, yeah, maybe it's not that simple, or is it as simple as it looks on camera? Yes, it is. The reason I'm washing my fingers is because I just don't want to transfer any paste. So we are going to, I'm going to let you guys go, and thank you all for watching. I'm going to put this all back together. I'm going to show you first how to put it back together, and then we're going to put it on my front door, and I'll take a picture of it. You guys can see it on a front door. Let me lift this up so you guys can actually see. Okay. I'm going to not drop my wreath. That's what I'm not going to try and do. Right, like I said, I made a scrap bow here, and I made it so I can actually move it around. So this actually, you can go, there's these holes on the back. I'm going to show you this real quick. There's holes on the back. See them? And they go on these little hooks right here. They almost look like a little screw. And so you sit them down till you hit those spots. Let me make sure I'm getting that. There's one. And there's the other. And then you're going to push it down toward you. Okay? But before I push it all the way down, I'm going to connect this one. This one's got these little hooks back here. And it literally just kind of snaps onto the wreath itself. And then you just push this down. And there is our cute wreath. How cute is that, right? Super cute. This little bow is just some scrap ribbon. I'm going to fluff it up and make it a little bit cuter. I just kind of stuck it on there. And then I'm going to hang it on my front door and I'll let you guys see. Thank you guys so much for watching and being on the live with me. And if you're catching this on a replay, just go ahead and put #replay so I know that you've seen it. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out to me. I'm available. I will have videos posting for the weekend, but I am still around. I got some rearranging in my chalk room I gotta do, so lots of projects coming up. And you guys have a fabulous night. Oh my goodness, I spilled paste on my floor. And you guys, if you are not a chalk couture designer, please click that SHRE button. Spread the love for me, and I will talk to you soon. Can you do it in... Yes, you can actually chalk on so many different surfaces. I just saw that message. I'm sorry. You can chalk on metal. You can chalk on wood. You can chalk on glass. We have etching cream that you can use with our transfers. You can use it with torch paste. So many different things to do. You can do ink with the same transfer that you use with paste. And it's just so much variety. Metal, speaking of, that's what this is. This is a metal chalkboard. So that is metal. And then you can do magnets and stick things on there with magnets. You can do it on glass. So if you have like a shadow box and you want to chalk on that, you absolutely can do that. We have etching cream that you can etch it. You can do mugs with the ink. There's so many things. So if you have any more questions, guys, leave them in the comments below. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I will see you all here Monday for another awesome chalk couture project. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.